welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you how to sew a zipper pouch, and mine looks like this. I made mine about 12 inches wide by 11 tall, and I mainly made mine to fit my mini planner and my mini Project Life album in my purse. And you can see it's a nice handy little something to have in your purse. You can hold extra Project Life supplies, makeup, whatever you need to hold. So stay tuned for this tutorial.
In addition to your fabric, here are the supplies that you'll need for this project. Alright, for your fabric you will need 4 pieces, 2 pieces of your outer fabric and 2 pieces of lining. And I'm using a 14-inch zipper, and I cut my fabric about 12 inches wide at about 11 inches tall, and I mainly cut it this size to fit my 6x8 binder, which I keep my planner and Project Life in. The first thing we'll need to do is lay your zipper face down on a piece of your fabric, and we're going to pin the right side of the zipper to that piece of fabric, and I'm only using one pin because we're going to remove it in a second. Now grab a piece of your lining fabric, and we're going to place that on top of the zipper, and we're creating a sandwich between the zipper. You're going to place that one on top and place pins all along the right side of that zipper. When you're putting your pins, you want to make sure you grab both edges of the zipper. Before we start sewing, you will need to change your foot to a zipper foot. Sew a line down the edge of the fabric, and since our zipper is longer than the fabric and we haven't cut it yet, we don't have to worry about our zipper getting in the way, so just sew all the way to the end. You can now remove your pins and check to make sure that your zipper is sewn in correctly, and you can also open and close your zipper at this point just to double check everything. Now that the right side of our zipper is installed, I went ahead and ironed the seams off camera to make sure everything is nice and flat. Turn your pouch over, and now we will work on the right side of your zipper. Basically, we'll be doing the same steps as before on this side of the zipper. Unzip your zipper all the way to the bottom and place the other piece of outer fabric over the right side of the zipper and pin. Now pin the lining on the other side of the zipper. You can do this in one step, pin it in one step, but I just find if you do it separately, there's less of a chance of messing up your zipper. Once the pins are in place, you'll sew along the edge of the fabric just like we did the other side. Now we're going to sew a stitch along the edge of each side of the zipper. We're also finished with the zipper foot at this point, so you can put your regular foot back on your machine. After this point, your zipper should remain open until you're finished sewing your pouch. Pin the edge of your lining, the lining of your fabric together, and also the right side of your fabric together. On the lining side, you'll want to leave a space wide enough to put your hand in. Now we're going to sew along those pins, making sure to leave an opening in the bottom of your lining side. When you get to the corner, you'll want to leave your needle in the down position and lift your foot up and pivot your fabric around to get a straight corner. You'll notice I didn't sew completely across where the lining and the right side of the fabric meets. I left a tiny gap in between just so there's an opening so we can check the zipper to make sure everything is nice and flat before we sew that line. This step is optional. You can just skip this step and just sew straight across. Now you'll need to cut the edge off each corner to make sure your corners have a sharp 90-degree angle once it's turned inside out. My camera didn't catch me shortening the zipper, but basically you'll need to sew several zigzag stitches along your zipper and sew right through the teeth just to close it up. Here I'm showing you the zigzag stitches that I made over the zipper to shorten it and make sure before we cut it. Now you will need to stick your hand in that hole that we left open at the bottom of the lining and turn your zipper pouch on the inside out, and don't worry, I'll show this step again. Right now all I'm doing is flipping my pouch on the right side, and I'm just checking everything to make sure everything is sewn down flat and all the corners are clipped. And at this point, if you didn't clip your corners, you wouldn't get that sharp edge. And basically, to flip your corner, you just keep rubbing it back and forth between your two fingers until you get a nice 90-degree angle. And now you can push your lining in the inside, and we're going to just basically look at the edges and make sure that the zipper is flat. And at this step, we're just making sure that the zipper is flat and everything is laying nicely before we sew those edges down. And again, this step is optional. You can skip this step. I just like to flip it open and check to make sure those corners are flat before I sew it down. That way you won't have any bulk in your, once you're completed. Now that the edges of the zipper are nice and flat and they won't be bulky when you sew it down, you can now turn your pouch back to the wrong side and sew those edges. Now I'll show you how to turn your pouch to the right side again. You'll stick your hand in that hole that we left at the bottom. Push your hand all the way to the other end until you feel the right side and just pull through. The last step is to close that hole in the lining, and all we have to do is fold the edges and put a stitch right along there.
Thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and thumbs up for more sewing and DIY tutorials. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks.